Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Season 6. Technically, this is the first episode, but welcome to Season 6. And today, in this particular episode, what we're going to talk about is the top 10 distinctions between millionaires and middle class. So, the 10th distinction will be millionaires think long term, middle class think short term. So, if you have the book, it is page 3. I'm going to give you time to go to page 3. And after that, we're going to hop straight into it. Society can be broken down into 5 groups of people: the very poor, poor, middle class, rich, and very rich. Each group of people thinks differently about money. Very poor people think money day to day, poor people think week to week, middle class people think month to month, rich people think year to year, and very rich people think decade to decade. There are 3 primary goals that can be found in the mid mindset of these 5 social groups. The primary goal for very poor and poor people is survival. The primary goal for middle class people is comfort. And the primary goal for rich and the very rich is freedom. Thinking month to month, as middle class people do, is being concerned with monthly bills such as mortgage payments, car payments, credit card payments, and other revolving accounts. The middle class typically earns $25,000 to $100,000 a year, and the very poor people earn about $10,000 a year or less. Thinking day to day, as very poor people do, is where you find day laborers and street beggars. So on the corner, asking for money like most homeless do. Thinking week to week, as poor is living paycheck to paycheck and barely making ends meet. Poor people typically earn $10,000 to $25,000 a year. Thinking year to year, as rich people do, is where people start learning about fiscal responsibilities, financial literacy, and investing. Rich people typically make $100,000 to $500,000 a year. Thinking decade to decade, as a very rich do, is where you find business plans that reach far into the future. It is where people learn how to legally avoid taxes so they can keep their money working for them. They typically make around $500,000 plus to $1 million. So now I'm just going to skip through the chapter, but the key to thinking like a millionaire instead of middle class is stretching your thinking into the future. So whether that is start a business now and have it, reach out generations from generations, whether that's start a Roth IRA now and have it take care of 2 generations, if you have enough, or however that may work out. But it's thinking year to year. So like, and it's asking questions like, how can I legally pay less in taxes this year? What would you do? What would life look like 10 years from now? Asking yourself questions like that, so you can think of an answer and think of a solution to benefit from. So patience is an asset in life of millionaires. Impatience is a liability in the life of middle class. Rich and very rich people have developed the discipline of delayed gratification. Millionaires do today what others don't, so they can have a tomorrow that others won't. I'm pretty sure you guys heard that quote before. So basically, the main key of this distinction 10 is think long term in every area of life, whether that's relationships, whatever it may be, relationships with people, financial wise, obviously, investment wise, etc. So when you reach the end of your life, it is the relationships you have that when you reach the end of your life, it is the relationships you have developed that makes you truly rich. So becoming rich in your relationships is more than success. It is significance. It is the fulfillment. Financial success without relationship fulfillment is not rewarding. Think long term in your financial life and in your emotional life. So like I said previously, it's not just the money you make, but it's the financial relationships that you build, whether that's with financial advisors or whether that's just having a good, strong, healthy, toxic-free relationship with someone you meet off the street, a friend. So it's always good to think wise and think long term about your physical health and your mental health and your physically health, etc. So in every area of your life is connected, and thinking long term in each area will improve every area. So that is it for the distinction 10. Millionaires think long term, middle class think short term. I hope you guys got something out of this. Thank you very much. Also, if you haven't joined Teen Success, it is free, ages 11 through 17. All you have to do is click the link in the podcast description.